I think you have to give notice of that you're going to be video recording, especially in a public government facility. If you could show me the statutory authority that you're able to do this, yes. I'll let you do.
Hello everyone, this is Citizen Standpoint News, and I've got another great audit for you guys today. This is Cass County, Illinois, located in Virginia, Illinois. I did not publish the contact info for the state's attorney's office or the county clerk's office because ultimately I was impressed. You're about to watch a couple of public officials that are elected, I might add, make some boo-boos on camera. They ultimately listen and change their behavior, and that's a big deal for me, guys. So please do not reach out to them. They've listened and they've learned, and quite honestly, the amount of bad government I come into contact with that don't learn and don't listen, I'm gonna have to give these guys some credit here for doing the right thing ultimately. So be sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and as always, thank you for watching. Oh, hey. Oh boy, they got you stuffed in right here, don't they?
That's better than being out there in the cold.
Yes, it is. I'll agree with that. And it's about ready to warm up to the 60s today.
That's good.
I just want to go to the county clerk's office to get a Freedom of Information request form.
Right on it.
Awesome.
You're right.
I'm not going to accidentally walk in front of a courtroom, am I?
No, courtroom's upstairs.
Good. I won't be going upstairs. Thank you.
It's right there.
It wasn't as bad as it. Was that the one over?
Oh, you're talking junior high girls. Nathan's in high school.
Alright, the county clerk's office is right here. Look at that. Boy, they're very festive here. It actually smells quite nice in here too. That is actually an awesome picture of Abraham Lincoln. Sweet. I love these books. I've never actually used one. I'm sure they come in handy.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, you?
Alright. It's warming up a bit out there, so I'll do better when my fingers start to get their feelings back. Do you guys have a Freedom of Information request form?
I could probably print one off for you.
Could you?
Normally people just send them via email themselves, so let me see here.
That's a really clever idea right there. Right.
Yeah. That was the treasurer that did that.
Excuse me.
You're fine.
Morning.
Sir, is your camera running?
Yes.
Can I ask why? You did not let us know that you were recording us when you came in.
Okay, am I required to?
I believe so.
I don't think you're correct on that.
Well, is there a reason why you're recording us?
Yes, I'm a journalist and I'm requesting a public information request form.
Okay.
And I'm in a public area.
Jeannie, would you go out and actually go up and get Craig?
Is Craig the county clerk?
No, I'm the county clerk.
Oh.
Craig is our state's attorney.
Okay.
And I'm going to make sure that this you are legally in your right to be recording me at this time.
Okay.
I mean, now I'm aware that you're recording me.
Mm-hmm.
But for you to just walk in with a camera and not inform me of that, I disagree with.
Okay, well, hopefully your state's attorney's brushed up on the law.
Can I ask which office you're going to be requesting information from? Because even though I am not the Freedom of Information Officer.
Oh,
That
okay.
is the treasurer.
Okay.
But depending on what kind of information you're requesting, that officer in that office provides that information. because
Okay,
they-
it would be coming to the county clerk's office, so it would be a FOIA request for records you would be in possession of.
And what type of records are you interested in?
General records out of the county clerk's office. I'm not being specific for a reason. So.
Okay.
All right. That'll work. Hold on. This is for the Australian government.
Oh, sorry. It was just on Google. Like I said, we don't have an official form because most people just submit them via email. And I don't know that I've ever been asked, but.
Well-
So if you just send an email and state the requirements of a FOIA request and, that's how they usually come to me.
And when I personally send my FOIA request, I do use email. But what I'm checking for is whether, let's say, somebody that came in here that's 80 years old doesn't have a clue how to use email, doesn't have internet access.
Oh, we would be 100% very helpful to those people.
Awesome. That's one of the main things I look for. Is I'm big on access to public records. And if you were to tell my 75-year-old dad to go on and get a hello.
Hello.
This is a journalist who's claiming that he has a right to videotape me, and
Okay.
you're on camera now too.
Okay.
He did not share with me that I was being recorded when he first came in. I asked, and
Okay.
he says he has a legal right to do that. So I just wanted your opinion.
I think you have to give notice of that you're going to be video recording, especially in a public government facility. I don't think you can just walk in and tape without notifying somebody.
Okay. Could you find that written down somewhere for me? Because I find that hard to believe.
If you could show me the statutory authority that you're able to do this,
Yes.
I'll let you do
It's right in Washington, D.C. It's a First
Okay,
Amendment right to free press.
If you could write down where it is, I'll be happy.
I just told you. It's at the National Archives. It's the United States Constitution, First Amendment right to free press.
Okay.
I am a journalist engaged in constitutionally protected activity.
Okay.
This is publicly accessible place. I can video record anything that I can see. And mind you, I didn't bother really zooming in much.
Okay.
But if I can see it, I know for a fact that I can audio and video record in a public space. Now, before you jump the gun, I have actually been charged with felony eavesdropping before, and I'm pretty much an expert on that statute.
Okay.
Just in the first sentence, I can destroy the Illinois eavesdropping statute. The Illinois eavesdropping statute states that surreptitious recording is against the law in Illinois. And quite honestly, I almost got it struck down 3 years ago on a statewide constitutional basis. So, yeah, feel free to check it out.
Sure.
The
So you're
eavesdropping
claiming
statute is
that-
one of the worst laws in the state of Illinois, without a doubt.
Sure. It's actually been held to be constitutional in Illinois. They tried to overturn it, and recently, I think it was 2014, 2015, the Illinois Supreme Court said no, it's
Yeah,
constitutional.
and
law.
then they made the new one, and the new one's even worse than the old one.
Okay.
And the new one is the one that almost got thrown out.
What is it that you were wanting to do here today?
I wanted to video record public officials in the course of their duties and request a Freedom of Information request form to see how you guys respond to a journalist asking for public record.
Okay. You won't be able to video record anything that's private information. You can't zoom in on any of that information. So you're FOIAing records, and you want to see how that occurs.
Yep, how that
Okay.
process works. Just to clarify and correct you a bit, I can actually video record
private information. It's what I do with that information thereafter where it may or may not become illegal. I video record private information all the time. I go back, edit, throw it out, delete it. Now, if I were to go out and video record, say, like her driver's license number and her social security number, that's actually illegal for me to do. If you were foolish enough to leave it out in public view, that's actually illegal for me to record. Now, if I went out and then published it, you could sue me to kingdom come, and you should. Now, I'm very, very careful about when I go to edit. I have a 50-inch monitor. Most people use cell phones, but I have a 50-inch monitor, and I will go zoom in as much as I can with my high-definition video to see what's actually in there.
What are you FOIAing today?
Huh?
What are you wishing to FOIA today?
The employee records, employment records. So
Of-
length of service.
Which employee?
All of them.
Okay. That is very voluminous, so we have 5 days to respond to your
Absolutely.
FOIA request. I'm certain that we would have to file an extension for that because there are many employees here in Cass County.
Okay. You don't have them like already in a PDF file somewhere?
I certainly don't. I don't know who would even keep those type of records. I have my employees. They're not in a PDF form, but I have. And what kind of records are you looking for? Their
Salary,
Okay.
insurance benefits, length of
Okay.
service, job title. Excuse me. There's one other item. There's one other detail.
He originally asked for a FOIA request form. Well,
Okay.
all of our FOIAs always come via email, and everybody has their own request form that they submit. Sometimes it's just in print in the email. It's not an official form. I don't have an official form. Travis is the FOIA officer. However, whatever information is being requested, each officer provides that information if it's information that is available from their own
Yeah.
office.
I want to say there's probably a FOIA request form online somewhere.
Well, I just pulled one up off of Google, but he noticed it says Australian government, but
Yeah.
Oh, that's no, we don't want that. I
Anyway.
think Illinois has
yes, I'm sure they do. And we would be happy to provide whatever information that you are requesting, as long as it comes through as a FOIA request, and
Okay.
we're allotted the amount of
And
time.
one of the things, and you'd left that part out, it's no biggie, I'll tell him. I'm well aware that the Illinois FOIA, the whole 27 pages, there's not a requirement to have a physical paper form, but the majority of the counties that I go to do have one because of people that either don't have internet access or don't understand FOIA. They need a template to write on because most people are clueless about government. I'm acutely aware of that.
Well, and we
I
would
spent
need
10 years
something-
teaching tax law across the U.S., so...
We would need. You mean you don't have to write it on a form? You can orally FOIA something?
No, that,
He's saying if an 80-year-old person came in here, they would not know how to
Oh, I understand.
request a FOIA, make a
Sure.
Yeah,
FOIA
'cause
request. So if I had a form for them to fill in, that would help them.
Certainly.
And I mean, obviously, we'd be willing to bring some.
and another
people.
advantage of having that form is it stops unnecessary denials coming out because those denials can then turn into a lawsuit.
Sure.
And not to mention it's a pain in the butt to deal with having to wait for information that should be publicly available. You guys may be right in your denial, you may be wrong. It may have been the requester's fault that they worded it improperly, or like you said, voluminous. Or I always screw that word
Voluminous.
up. Voluminous. There we go. Voluminous. Yeah, there's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts in those,
Sure.
and having that template there kind of removes a lot of problems with that. And you can put little notes in that template to help people
Yeah.
along.
Do you have a template that you've used before?
If I were at my office, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a ton of them.
Okay.
I would say the best city I've encountered on this one yet was Vandalia, Illinois. That mayor
Okay.
was the president of the Illinois Municipal League for, I think, 2 terms. He's been a mayor for 22 years. Best elected official I've encountered yet so far. But if you call down to Vandalia, Illinois and ask them, that guy, ask for the mayor. He's a part-time mayor, by the way, and he is extremely helpful. He would be more than happy to...
Share that template.
Yeah, and he's got the track record to back up, and I'll let you know. I test. He's no joke. I've been doing this for 3 years. I've encountered, I think I'm into the thousands of public officials, and he's the best one I've encountered so far. But yeah, I really like the mayor of Vandalia. He's awesome. I wished he'd put in another 20 years, but he looks like he's about ready to call it quits. So
Yeah, I'll certainly call down there. and get that template. Is that something, how can we, obviously won't be able to do that, well, maybe this afternoon, but how can we assist you right now without that template before we get there?
You could take it verbally. I can write it down, but I have sloppy handwriting.
If you
I've been
could-
typing for 20 years. That's
If you
why.
could write it down,
Okay.
and then we will do, probably, we will do our best into getting you the FOIA request that you're asking for today.
Okay.
But I will certainly call down to the mayor of Vandalia.
Here you go, use that so you have more room.
And believe me, he remembers me big time. And the reason being is I walked 3 blocks away from his city hall, and I found the worst county government in the state of Illinois so far, and they have 300,000 views on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
I got called a terrorist walking in the front door with a camera, and then they lied to me about a judge's order that doesn't exist. I knew it didn't exist when I walked in there, and they made a couple other statements that earned them some hate. Calling somebody a terrorist that's engaged in constitutionally protected activity. Imagine if some guy was standing out on the street calling you a terrorist when you went to church or you went to vote. That's the same thing. So,
Cass County Clerk's Office. Okay, when you went to the call, was there somebody there?
And he's still the part-time mayor? So if I
yep,
call
he's
him-
still a part-time mayor, and he's sharp, he's got a good brain on him, and he's honestly the only guy that I would recommend that you call, because we talked for probably 45 minutes off camera, and I'll let you know he knows his stuff.
Yeah.
He's quite astute on what is and is not legal.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about some past incidences I had, and I was like, man, I wish you were the mayor of my town, because I'm telling you, they goofed up. I do file lawsuits if I catch something.
Yeah.
If I catch something serious enough. I just settled a lawsuit with the chairman of the Illinois Supreme Court Rules Committee 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I caught him violating Open Meetings Act in my hometown. He even told me I couldn't video record him on county property as he's breaking the law.
Yeah.
And I ended up filing suit against him, and I won.
Where do you call home? Where's hometown?
I don't normally share that, but since I've told you enough already,
Metro, somewhere.
Quincy, Illinois.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay. Not too far away from you guys.
Yeah.
So, anyway, my name's Kent.
I was going to ask you if I could shake your hand before
Yep,
I leave. Yeah,
that's
I'm going
fine.
to contact the mayor of Vandalia, because I think that'll be get us into compliance and a useful resource to have a template here when someone comes in, like an 80-year-old that can't go online.
Yep, absolutely. I agree.
Anything to help that process, we want to be in compliance. So yeah.
I agree. And like I'd mentioned, there really should be, and that's up to the legislator, but they really should have put a paper form requirement in the law, because if you go over to the neighboring states and check out their open records, or in Missouri it's Sunshine, in Iowa it's open records, in Wisconsin, I forget what the heck it is. Wisconsin's the best state I've been to. I wasted 3 days' time up there. No joke. Went to the Capitol, went to every building in the Capitol. They are extremely well trained up there. But no, it's different everywhere you go. But you'll start to see, yeah, there's a paper form requirement. But you come down to Illinois, Illinois' FOIA is pretty beefy. As far as it's 27 pages. Most of it's like 15, 20.
Yeah.
You know, and
Oh, thanks.
it's kind of a pain.
Well,
We're
don't,
not
don't take
perfect.
offense to this, but we're hoping that we waste your time in the future.
Yeah. No. My viewers will absolutely love to hear that. And I try and tell people that if you watch my channel, you're gonna see a lot of angry cops or angry public officials. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that's a very, very small percentage of the audits that I do, because I got up at like 5:30 this morning to get ready. Okay. This is a real job. I mean, I'm my own boss. And I'm going to go to multiple other agencies in the day. And like, I just went to the city hall. The PD and city hall are together, right?
For the city of Virginia, yeah.
And then I went to the sheriff's office and then the courthouse. And
Yeah.
I think that's about it. Other than I do post offices as well, because they actually have federal law printed on the wall. And just to stress to you how bad the federal government is, they have flat out told every employee in the United States that works at a post office to leave the camera guys alone. Quite in plain English, leave them alone. Don't tell them to turn off the camera. Don't do this. They're allowed to record. They know what they're doing. Don't do it. And I still go to this has been going on years and years and years. I go to a post office, I'll find a postmaster that swears up and down that I'm violating federal law, and I will quite literally be standing right next to the federal law posted on the wall and point at it. They won't read it. The most popular video I currently have is Postmaster Pisses Off Cops.
Okay.
That's the name of the video, and don't ever mail anything to Chicago. And I will tell you that I walk around these buildings, guys. I walk around, I look at the employees, I see what they're doing. I'm telling you, they steal your stuff up there. And all of those federal employees up there, if you watch that video, you'll see what I'm talking about. They're protected by a corrupt federal judge up there. She's racist. That's what I was told. She doesn't like white people, so she only wants black people to work at the post office. And she's quite open about it. So with her close friends or people that she believes are her friends, but I've caught word of it, and from my experience I've traveled 5 states now doing this. Yeah, that's true, because it's about 1 out of every 10 post offices I go to will make a mistake. Up in Chicago, it's 1 every other, and there's always a telltale sign there. There's a pattern that you'll pick out. So
Yeah. Very good.
Anyway, thank you for your time.
No, thank you. We'll get this, just the county clerk's email. I'll email it to you.
Yep, that'll work.
Very good.
Awesome,
Okay,
thank
take
you.
care.
Thank
You too. See ya.